Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger is back. A flavor spectacle of pretzel proportion. Featuring applewood smoked bacon and hot and juicy beef. It puts beer cheese on top of Munster cheese and a pretzel bun on top of all that. Simply put, Wendy's Pretzel Pub puts the EAT in greatness. Try one today and see for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger.
For a limited time only at participating Wendy's.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
This is The Mighty Rock, starring BJ and Migs. Mornings.
Because, hey, at least once a day, you should experience a BJ.
You know, I'm ready for my BJ.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Pain in the Grass, yes. It is back, and it is bigger than ever, baby.
We're going. Are you? Let's do this, BJ. Let's go see Incubus. Let's go see Alice in Chains. And let's go see Sammy Hagar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And those are just a small number of the amount of bands that are going to be playing local and national.
Oh, dude, the local is amazing.
Days.
Yeah, Aaron Jones. You got Glenn Cannon and The Damage Done. Wyatt Only in the Wreckage. Spike and the Impalers. Always Naked. A little local band called Alice in Chains. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah, a little local band. A little local band called Queensryche.
That's true. Yep.
It's amazing. 3 big days, plus if you want to do the 4th day, because there's a kickoff show August 31st at the Moore Theater. Like Steve said, Aaron Jones going to be there with the Pretty Reckless. This is a hell of a show. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster. We still have $9.99 lawn seats available for Friday and Sunday shows. If you're a Rockaholic Club member, and that's easy to do, just join for free at KISW.com. And yeah, they're going fast. The BJ and Migs party tickets, you want to get those. And, man, that's all a lot of fun hanging out with you folks. Those tickets available, too. Whatever you're looking for, we got the info. You can go to KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time for Beat Migs, and it's time to pump it up for Monday. Oh, there you go. The double bass pedal going on.
Oh, yeah.
What version is that one again?
That's Exodus.
That's so crazy.
A fine, easy listening band that I grew up listening to as a kid.
Of course. That's amazing. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Dominique in Bellevue. Dominique, are you there?
Hey, guys. What's up?
Hi, Dominique.
Dominique.
All right, Steve, get out here. For those playing at home, Dominique will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Dominique, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
How many hits does it take to sink the submarine in the game of Battleship?
Pass.
How many udders does a cow have?
4.
No.
6.
No.
8.
No. Robert Englund plays which horror movie villain on the big screen?
Freddy Krueger.
Yes. How many players are there on a standard curling team?
12.
No.
8.
No.
6.
No. Sandy Koufax pitched for which team?
Pass.
Which organ was typically left in the body of mummies?
Heart.
Yes. What is the name of the Irish band behind the song Come On Eileen?
Dexy and the Midnight Runners.
No.
Pass.
What is the capital of Louisiana?
Oh, pass.
What was Princess Diana's maiden name?
Pass.
Oh, Dominique, you dropped a deuce.
Oh, yay. Man, okay.
Oh, that was a tough one. And yeah, you were very close with Come On, Eileen. That's a semantic thing.
Kind of a 2.5 there, but I couldn't accept it.
Yeah.
You had all the words there, just added an extra one. Steve's back. He'll probably get that one and probably a bunch of the other ones, too.
Yep.
Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
How many hits does it take to sink the submarine in the game of Battleship?
3,
Yes. How many udders does a cow have?
6,
No.
4,
No.
8,
No.
5.
No. Robert Englund plays which horror movie villain on the big
Freddy
screen?
Krueger.
Yes. How many players are there in a standard curling team?
3,
No.
2,
No.
4.
Yes. Sandy Koufax pitched for which team?
The Dodgers.
Yes. Which organ was typically left in the body of mummies?
The Dong.
No.
The Heart.
Yes. What is the name of the Irish band behind the song Come On, Eileen?
Oh. Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Yes. What is the capital of Louisiana?
Baton Rouge.
Yes.
Oh.
What was Princess Diana's maiden name?
Diana Bobana.
No.
Momana? Diana Momana.
No.
Diana Bobali.
No. New Mexico, California, and which other state did the U.S. gain after the Mexican War?
Nevada?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct. You still win 7-2.
Sorry, Dominique.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Not exactly in Dominique's wheelhouse, some of these questions.
Yeah. Really none of them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was close with Dexy's Midnight Runners, but she said Dexy and the Midnight Runners. Can't do that. Just can't allow it. Does anybody know how many udders a cow has?
It's 1, right?
Yes. They have one that has 4 compartments.
4.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that would have stumped
That's a
me.
clever
Okay.
question.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that one. I think I wrote it. And then I don't remember it now.
You may have written it, but did you actually think of it yourself?
Probably not, but
There we go.
I mean,
Okay.
still.
I take credit for copying it from somewhere.
But I still wrote it down for today's questions.
No, listen, whatever small victories you can get, sir.
No, thank you. Does anybody happen to know Princess Diana's maiden name?
Is it Prince?
No.
Oh, no,
Princess
that's
Diana Prince.
Diana Prince? That'd be awesome.
That's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is Diana Prince.
I knew a Diana Prince from somewhere.
That would be amazing. Like she was meant to be.
No.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. No, it was Spencer.
Diana Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer
Yes.
was for hire, not Wonder Woman. Okay. All
Is
right.
that how you're going to remember it?
That's how I got to remember now.
All right.
Do you feel like you might be in a situation where you'll need to have that in your arsenal of knowledge?
Yes, because I know someday I'm going to go on a quiz show for a lot of money, and I'm always afraid of, I would have known this
Hey.
question. I was given this answer sometime in my life.
Are you applying to be on these quiz shows? Or you just think one day they're just going to grab you out in the streets and say,
He's
come
gonna
in the
find-
building?
A recruiter's
you're
going to
talking.
find him. You know, those game show recruiters out there.
Exactly. They're going to see me, and they're going to go, hey, come on in, buddy. Here's $1 skillion.
You sound like me when I complain at home about bills or some costing. I'm like, we just need to win the lottery already. And my wife's like, well, maybe we first should start playing the lottery. I'm like,
Yeah.
point.
Semantics.
right? I guess I can't win unless I play.
That's true.
And then finally, New Mexico, California, and which other state did the U.S. gain after the Mexican War?
Is it Texas?
Yes, it is Texas.
Nice going, Vic.
Yeah, a little bit closer than Nevada, but you know what? At least you were in the southwest-ish sort of
there.
kind of- yeah.
It's within driving distance to some of those places.
I mean, technically, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, they border. I mean, it borders a couple of states you mentioned, didn't it?
Yeah,
So,
right.
BJ knows what's up.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your win.
Nice going, Steve. Last week we talked about how there's a new Beavis and Butthead movie coming to Paramount Plus, and it's called Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, and that's June 23rd when that movie drops on Paramount Plus.
Which the trailer made it look pretty funny, but not funny enough for me to subscribe to Paramount Plus.
That's it. Steve was like, I like it until I got to pay.
Right.
And how about this, Steve? How about not only does the new Beavis and Butthead movie drop on June 23rd, but all 200 episodes, which will be completely remastered, including the music videos, will drop the same day on Paramount Plus.
Okay, now you're getting me, man. Now you're getting, because, they've released old episodes of Beavis and Butthead, but they always edit out the music videos probably because of copyright or royalties or whatever. Because, the original version of Beavis and Butthead for, I don't know if Danny remembers or Vicky even remember, maybe?
I do because my dad would watch it.
Okay.
But I didn't really understand the music videos, and I think something scared me.
That was a huge part of the show. The show, you had like the stupid little moments where they're walking around their neighborhood or doing some stuff. But really the best part, in my opinion, of Beavis and Butthead was when they would sit in front of the TV, watch a music video, and either just completely trash it more often than not, like an REM song or something, and they just make fun of it. Or they'd find like a really awesome heavy metal song and they would geek out like crazy over it. And then I'd end up becoming a fan of Grunt Truck and White Zombie because of it.
Oh, dude, yeah. I think it was like Thunder Kiss 1965 that I saw on Beavis and Butthead and was like, I have to buy this album. And then I got in trouble.
But then when you remove that, I'm like, that's the charm of Beavis and Butthead. They were
Totally.
like these two loser metalheads that I related to because I was a loser metalhead. And it was awesome when they would clown on all the music videos.
So it was like Mystery 3000 Science
Yes.
or whatever
That thing,
for
yes.
music videos?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
MST3K, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's why would you want to see a movie about just the MST3K guys with no, not them making fun of movies? You probably wouldn't. And
Right.
You're right, Steve. That's why it's so tough with Beavis and Butthead. It's like the videos really are a huge part of what's up. And that's why even, them doing the universe, all right, we'll see how it goes. But the 200 episodes and remastered, which I will say this, being a Star Trek fan, when Paramount said, guess what, we're remastering the Star Trek for, the original series, they did an amazing job with that. So I feel like they're going to make these Beavis and Butthead episodes look really, really good.
I don't even care if you remaster. Just make sure we can see them insulting all. Like I remember they made fun of John Cougar Mellencamp. They were like, this is the guy with all those last names. And then they were like, as the song kept going on, like, why don't you stop whining and something? Well, this guy's always complaining. And I'm like, this is the funniest thing. These two cartoons are clowning on the popular videos that are being shown on MTV. It was so cool.
Yeah. Well, for nostalgia's sake, I suppose, you got that going for you. And there's 200 episodes. Come on, Steve, the new movie. Do we got you? Are you signing up for Paramount Plus?
I'm close now. I'm teetering.
Oh, there we go. I don't know what else Paramount Plus has got to do. All right, I'll get back to you on that. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm their spokesperson.
They need like a wrestling show, and then they'll put me over the edge.
Because he's the only one that subscribes to it on the show.
Right?
That's right, Danny. I want people to join my cult.
I gotcha.
It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We'll take your calls. We'll take your texts. We're doing that at 917 on the Rock.
Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger is back. A flavor spectacle of pretzel proportion. Featuring applewood smoked bacon and hot and juicy beef. It puts beer cheese on top of Munster cheese and a pretzel bun on top of all that. Simply put, Wendy's Pretzel Pub puts the EAT in greatness. Try one today and see for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger.
For a limited time only at participating Wendy's.
Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rapid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Puget Law Group. Listeners on the Loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. All right, you have something to say. Okay, fine. But you got to say it the way Steve wants you to say it.
BJ, it's a simple way, and that's all you do is show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, shall be gone. And then we say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. John in Seattle, you are on the Rock.
Hey guys, you guys were talking about earlier, Steve, toddlers are into like different music and whatnot, and my kid is like super into Steely Dan and yacht rock.
Wow, how did that happen?
So, I kind of would drive around with them, he was kind of a baby that I drove around to get a nap and stuff, but then play Steely Dan super mellow. And then after that, I kind of put it away a little bit. And then he would just kind of hum along like Peg and like different stuff. So now he's like 6 and he's like pulling up cues on Spotify that are like pretty much almost like a half day long of like Steely Dan, Boss Skaggs, you name it, dude. Like he's like super. Yeah. We took him to see Steely Dan at White River Amphitheater like a couple weeks ago, and he was like super stoked. He's like yeah, and then he like kind of like he drank a soda, it got really cold, and it was like it's crazy to think that like now he's at the point where like he's like going to the live shows, dude, and he's like super stoked on, dude, just like really deep, like Steely Dan cuts.
And stuff artist, Steely Dan.
And that's the one he played for him as a little kid. It makes you wonder, like, as you're driving kids around in the car at a very, very young age, and whatever music you play, will that end up being the music they dig? Is that's because that seems to be what happened there.
Totally.
But what a toddler move to be like, oh, I'll take you to Steely Dan. And he's like, I'm cold. I don't even care about Steely Dan. Like this whole moment, you bring him to the event, and he's like, I love Steely Dan, but I don't really care. I'm cold right now.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah, we had to leave early, and then on the way out, he was just like, Peg was the first song, but he likes different, like his first favorite song. And then on the way out of the show, we kind of left early because we heard kind of like he was cold, and he was just like, oh, there's Peg. Okay, cool. I'm going to go to sleep right now. And then
that's kind of what he did.
Yeah. But it's so cool, dude, that like to see like kids like kind of gravitate to like music that like sometimes that aren't like totally just like Baby Shark, you know?
Dude, it's not Baby Shark. It's a good song.
Yeah.
That's why Whoomp There It Is. I'm okay with it if I don't have to listen to Baby Shark.
Yeah.
Or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. That was her latest obsession. And I was like, after like listen, and they want to hear it again and again and again. And it's a 2-minute long song, and like you have a 30-minute drive. You hear it 15 times. You're like, what? I hate this star, and I don't want it to twinkle.
That's torture, man. That's what they do to some prisoners. They play stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why she knows so much about her father. I keep just divulging information.
Damn, dude.
Like, make it stop.
Yeah, I it's been a long time, obviously over 30 years since I've had to endure that. And as I said, we were stupid enough to buy the songs that were about the kid's name with Joe. We didn't do that with Sarah. We learned with Joe. But, I mean, if I had to hear another song about Joseph, here's a song about Joseph. Oh, and here's Joey in the back like, yeah, play my jam again. It's about me. Wow. I was like, no. Oh, that was. Oh, I really hated it too. I mean, I was like,
I could tell.
I told my wife, I go, yeah, if we're going anywhere with Joe, you're driving him, and I'll stay home.
I like this text we just got. Hey guys, I want to fuel the fire of Russ is a dork. Did you happen to see Russell Wilson's outtakes of him trying to say, let's ride?
Yes.
It's the funniest thing ever. It makes you just wonder, why was this posted?
Yeah, I mean, look, they're just celebrating Russell. He's their man. So do we have the audio? Do we have the audio of it?
We do. It's a video of him in a green screen. So I'd imagine that this video is going to be used to like pump up on the big jumbotron at the Denver games or for like video stuff. But so it's him saying the words "Let's ride," which is like it's their "Go Hawks," or at least that's what he's trying to make it for the Denver Broncos. But the whole time he's in front of a green screen, and they keep telling him to say it different ways. So he's doing like different versions of him saying "Let's ride." It's pretty funny.
Oh, okay.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
Broncos.
Let's ride.
Perfect. Okay. One more time. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Why do we need to do this?
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yeah. Corny. Yeah.
So great. I love it.
Well, I think they're only releasing it to piss us off. I don't think it has anything to do with the Broncos fans. It's all just to piss off the Seahawks fans.
I wonder if this does not go well. Because there's already now articles coming out like on Denver media outlets that are talking about how is Russ the type of quarterback that would take a pay cut for his team, or is he the one that wants the most possible one? Because that's the cloud over the head of the Broncos organization, is that at some point very soon he's going to want a new deal.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of freaking money. So this next year is going to be a pretty interesting one because, I mean.
Unless he's just terrible.
Which I'm not opposed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what if, because then at that point, maybe, what if they're hoping that he's terrible so that way they don't have to pay him?
Only been good because he was with the Pete Carroll type of offense. Like the entire time, like Pete figured out a way to just, accentuate his positives. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
these are a lot of good questions.
A lot of what ifs.
Yeah, I will say, dear Broncos fans, I believe one of the reasons why they were. I believe one of the reasons why we let him go or were happy to just let him go was because we knew he'd be asking for a lot more money than we wanted to pay him.
Yeah, he's going to want to be the highest paid quarterback, and that's like over $50 million a year. But it's going to be well over that probably by the time he's in talks for a new contract.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting to see. Here's what's if he does take a pay cut, Steve, because he sees that they're building an offensive supportive team around him, then you know what? You look at the Hawks and go, "Wow, what the hell did you do?" But if he doesn't, then you go, well, the Hawks were right. There was no way they were going to be able to put a team together around him anyway. So this is going to be fascinating to see what Russell does, depending, of course, on what the Broncos do.
And I mean, if they don't do well, that draft pick is going to be sweet.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping.
We got ours, and I don't assume we're going to do all that well as a Seahawks. So all of a sudden, if you got two top picks, maybe obviously not number 1 and number 2. Well, maybe, who knows?
Yeah,
but
crazy.
Top 5 picks, maybe.
Yeah,
top 10. I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Yeah, let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yeah, let's ride to the draft picks.
I actually almost wouldn't have hated it if he would have just done like "Go Broncos" instead of "Let's ride."
The "Let's ride" is a strange tag.
Did he make that up, or is that their thing?
I don't think he did.
Oh, okay.
I think that was a thing that maybe they're now regretting.
Yeah,
because he's like so about it.
Well, I mean, because he had to come up with something, or in his mind, he had to come up with something, and it's like, well, it's weird because at least with like Go Hawks, it's like specific to the team, whereas maybe Let's Ride is for Denver.
I've never heard. I've way too many Bronco fans that are friends.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but that seems to be like the one team that like. If I have friends that aren't Seahawks fans, they seem to be Broncos fans.
Oh, well, and I'm from New Mexico, so it's either you're a Cowboys fan or you're a Broncos fan, and that's why I hated both
New
those
Mexico
teams growing
just
up.
Like horses?
No, there's no professional team in New Mexico.
Oh.
So you have, those are the two that are closest, and they do like horses.
He was doing a joke.
I got it.
But thanks for
Danny going,
giving me an honest answer.
Steve, let me mansplain why New Mexico's picking teams.
I'm doing a stupid horse joke over here.
I get you.
Jeez, okay, take it easy, Danny. We know New Mexico sucks. Don't get all upset about it.
Horses are riding them? What's going on over there in New Mexico?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, but I just want to pause quickly, just for all of us to be a little self-reflective. We are such bitter ex-girlfriends right now.
I say it with such pride.
Yeah,
you're right.
We are. Yeah.
Because originally when it all happened, my first thought was, I hope he does well. I hope everything great comes to him. He was so good to the community. He was. But now I'm like, I hope they fail miserably and we get a great draft pick. That's the main reason. But also, I think it'd be funny to just see all the Broncos fans just lose their ass because they've got a lemon for a car.
That's most of the reason that I want it to happen. It's just so I could see everyone melt down.
Oh, that'll be so fantastic.
I mean, he's lived that charm life. It doesn't matter at this point. He's got a Super Bowl. He doesn't need anything else.
Yeah. We just want our team to do well, which means something has to happen to Russell so that they tank and we do well. So that's it.
The crazy part is he's in a pretty damn good division. That there is even if he does well, there's still a chance that the season won't be all that great for them.
And I don't care what anybody says. This is a new offensive coordinator, and he's going to get used to a whole new everything. That is not easy to do, and the season is not long. You don't have a lot of games to stumble and triple. I mean, in order for you to try to get to a big championship, you don't have a lot of games to make mistakes. And so, yeah, it's not a given.
And if he doesn't post a video in bed with Sierra like he did with us and end it with "Let's Ride" so we could have all the fun jokes,
yeah, exactly.
Then I'm going to be very disappointed in him.
I can tell.
Yes.
And if the Broncos lose the first game of the season to us, oh my God, will that be tremendous. They have everything to lose in that first game.
You're absolutely.
The Broncos have everything to lose and nothing really to win.
It's a very pressure-free situation for the Hawks. I mean, obviously, you want to see them win, but I think a lot of people going into the season thinking this team is going to be, it's a rebuild or it's a whatever they want to call it. That's not saying it's a rebuild, but it's a rebuild. Whereas you're right with the Broncos. I mean, this is like a big deal, and if they lose, it could be the start of a catastrophic demise.
And it's playing to our sweet spot,
right?
Because Pete Carroll's a defensive-minded coach, and believe me, he's seen how to play against Russell Wilson. He's got to have known in his head, like, okay, if it were me, here's what I would do. And now, they're going to make sure our defense is pretty as good as it can be this season. I mean, that's the one thing.
New coaching staff, new philosophy.
Oh, yeah. I think this is going to be really fascinating to see if, in fact, if we have a halfway decent enough defense and also a chip on the defense. I mean, there's a lot
Jamal
of reasons.
Adams just rides all over Russell Wilson.
Wouldn't that be, you don't want to see anything bad happen, but the thing is, they're going to play hard. That defense is going to play hard, and they're going to want to put him horizontal as much as possible.
Who's going to get the first sack on Russell Wilson?
Dude, I bet they'll have like a fun little, not bounty, because I know that's like, don't ask the Saints that because it's a fun, but a fun, who's getting that first sack on our former teammate.
Yeah.
You always play harder against that kind of thing. It's like a friendly rivalry thing. Oh my gosh, dude! This is our Super Bowl.
I
think we should take the next day off so we could celebrate.
Yep.
And if you were in that locker room for all those seasons and you know the truth, because we never really knew the truth, and it seems like Russell's been wanting to leave for a while, and now we're all getting it. But they've been in that locker room. Oh man, there's going to be chips everywhere.
But that being said, a lot of guys also, like when he left, they had a lot of love for him. I know we all goof. It seemed like he seemed like he was liked by a lot of his teammates. Not some of the old school guys, maybe, but the recent crop of Seahawk players all were like, hey, we wish him that. It was a lot of love for the guy.
All that changes on the
does. Monday Night Football. One Broncos fan says, nah, dude, that was not a saying before Russell Wilson. He made that up. No Denver fan has ever said that before.
I quickly looked up the trademark.
Really?
Yeah, I looked up the trademark for it. Denver Broncos Let's Ride didn't become trademarked until this April.
Pardon me for my...
Oh, my God, it's all him?
Yeah.
Hey, pardon me for my bad language, but that's even stupider.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It would have been better if it was just Go Broncos.
Yeah,
he made that up.
He totally made that up, man.
Oh my gosh,
that's lame. I can't back up for that. That is lame.
So corny.
Let's ride.
You walk into somebody else's house and go, "I'm going to come up with a new catchphrase for you people." I'm like, "We already have one, stupid. Just get over there and make sure you throw the football."
He made up Let's Ride.
Wow.
I just assumed that was like a thing that the team was trying to push.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's just like, well, that's better than saying let's go Broncos.
Wow.
Well, but you just go Broncos. Like you did go Hawks forever. That's what you should be known as.
See, now if I'm part of that team, I'm questioning already his decision-making abilities.
Wow.
Yeah, even Sports Illustrated said he coined that in March.
I bet he's making, I bet he trademarked it and he's making money off of it.
Oh, for sure.
How
He's
much
making merch, for sure.
Oh, is there merch already that say let's ride?
Okay. It's probably for his own page.
And it better be a cartoon of him like I was riding turtles, but him riding a Bronco.
Okay. For a minute, I thought you were going to say something else, so I'm glad you said Bronco.
Oh, my God. You know who is riding a Bronco, though? Sierra. In her new music video, she's twerking on a Bronco.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I kind of love that. I'll be honest.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need to see that right now.
It's not for you.
I don't know how legit these are, but I'm seeing a bunch of different T-shirt companies having the Let's Ride, but the E is a 3. So on the ride, RIDE, RID 3.
I love it. This is so great.
Oh, he is so setting himself up for a massive fall. I mean, he's going in like, oh, look at me, and here's the Let's Ride, and that's not a good look. It is not a good look.
But Sierra twerking on a Bronco is a good look.
That's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. No problem with that at all. Matter of fact, you might want to send that all the way.
Well, they already have the team has licensed apparel that says Denver, but the E on the Denver on the second E in it is the number 3.
Oh,
yeah, that's fine.
There they go.
I don't care what they're doing with their shirts. They're all going to be burned anyway.
Wow.
I'm burning all those shirts. I'll buy them first, though. I'm all
look
doing
at
the proper
you. Yeah,
comments.
helping the economy there.
Yeah, you pick the topic. You guide the show. It's listeners on the loose. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls, more of your texts at 936 on the Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on the Rock.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
And someone texted in with a great concept for Russell Wilson. Instead of saying, let's ride, it should be Denver Nation. Giddy up, horsey.
Giddy up.
Way cooler than let's ride.
I do like a good giddy up.
Oh. Yeah, that is, that's a lot of personal information we don't need.
Giddy up would be pretty awesome. Get rid of the horsey if you want to. That way it seems more mature.
Giddy up.
Giddy up, Bronco Nation.
And he would say it sexy, too. So,
yeah.
Giddy up.
And I want to see all the outtakes. Giddy up. Giddy up. Giddy up. Giddy up. I am now, man, oh man, all I want to see is just utter failure.
Here's the thing, we laugh. I was saying this during the song was playing while we were listening to Linkin Park. Like, if the Broncos do well, even Bronco fans are going to all of a sudden be like, let's up and ride, let's go, let's ride. Like, that will become the catchphrase.
Oh, yeah.
If they do well and he plays well.
Did anybody ever say "Go Hawks" like other players at all before he started doing it?
No,
that
I know of.
Yeah,
like,
we never complained about it because we were winning.
Fans said it though. That was a catchphrase for fans and the team. No player at the end of their press conference would end every press conference with "Go Hawks." That was a very calculated thing.
That's why I liked it. I liked it because he was basically, being like a fan, doing what the fans did, and as opposed to him coming up with this catchphrase for Denver that no fan is saying. It just is. It's. Ugh. And again, I'm a bitter ex-girlfriend, but I don't care. It's horrible.
That's right.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Listeners on the loose.
So I said, BJ, how was your experience at the board game con go? I know you haven't been to one since COVID. P.S. I mostly asked that question so Steve could play the con thing. LOL. How was board game?
Yeah, since you don't really want to know, except just to play that, I'll say it was good. There you go. That's all.
That fun? You stay up late?
Yeah, it was. It was Evergreen Tabletop Expo, which was fun to go back, and it was a smaller event, which is what I wanted to really, try that first. And I'm happy because they asked everybody to wear masks at this event if you weren't sitting at tables. It's sort of like the old restaurant rules, which I was happy about because I was going to wear my mask, running around while I wasn't sitting at my own table anyway. But yeah, it was good. Let me just give big shout outs to the Redmond Marriott Hotel. I cannot tell you the last time that every single employee that I ran into at a hotel was amazing. I mean, everybody was like, they were just, dude, I would have swore I was at like a 5-star hotel.
Really?
Yeah, as far as the customer service, right now it is hard to get the people in the service industry. So the idea that everything that you needed was done and everybody was really over the top kind, they treated us like gold. And I haven't had that experience at a hotel in a long time. So the Seattle Marriott Redmond they were fantastic right there in Redmond Town Center. So yeah, it was just big props to them.
Oh, some guy on Twitter, I think it's Savato, said stoked to have run into BJ Shea at the Evergreen Tabletop Expo. Glad I got a pick.
Yeah. I got to run into a few people, which was great. That's the other thing I miss with cons. Get a chance to meet a lot of listeners when you go out in public like that. And, we haven't been able to do that for 2 years, over 2 years. So it was good. Yeah, I had a good time. And, we may have played board games. That may have happened and may have eaten foods that weren't necessarily, on the doctor-approved diet.
No, that's always the way to go.
Yeah.
Some good Mountain Dew and cupcakes, right, BJ?
Gosh. The restaurant just had some good food. But, it may not have been like what I was supposed to eat.
Yeah, that's what conventions are for, man. Go nuts. Have fun.
Well, I got my physical today, so I'm probably...
Oh, no. That's a you problem. I
scheduled that
wrong.
badly, man. And it was it was a reschedule, too. And that was like, oh, my God. When I realized the dates, I'm like, I am going to go get my physical right after a convention where I eat and drink. And, oh, boy. Because, at the hotel, we could take our drink anywhere we wanted to go. So, of course, I'm having alcoholic beverages, playing board games. It's the best thing in the world. Since I was staying at the hotel, I didn't have to drive. Oh, dude, I was rum and dieting
living the good life.
Off. Oh, yeah, and of course, now today I'm going to go, so how you doing on your diet? Well, let's see. You're drinking a lot of sugars, a lot of sweets, a lot of fried foods. How am I doing, Doc?
That's funny you say because I have my yearly physical this week. But that's part of why, we're all getting together, minus you, of course, because you don't want to go to the vegan restaurant with us, Viva. And I was like, can we wait till the following week? Because I'm like, otherwise it would have been the day before my physical. I'm like, I want to go in there the day after, just totally going gluttonous.
Oh, yeah, but it's still, if it's a vegan restaurant, I feel like at least you're eating healthy, right?
It's so funny when people say that. Do you think Oreos are healthy? There's plenty of vegan foods out there. Beyond Meat, the burgers are not healthy.
Yeah.
French fries, it's just
point.
plant-based, meaning that it's not there's no animals being used, but it still could be cooked and prepared in a very unhealthy way. And pastries and desserts are still unhealthy.
There's a place in Tacoma called Quickie 2 that does vegan comfort food, and they're like, not all vegan food is healthy, and like seriously, like their sandwiches, their barbecue sandwiches are amazing, and they have milkshakes.
Yeah,
and they are really good.
Sometimes it could be like even worse calorie wise, the vegan stuff, than the actual like meat based fat stuff.
Because I thought that too. I'm like, oh, get a bunch of those Beyond Meat burgers and it'll be like eating healthy. My wife's like, if you're looking for health reasons, like if you're calorie wise, it's not. You might as well just eat an actual burger.
Oh,
yeah.
Just how it is, man. Just how it is. It's gonna be all right. So that's why I'm like, let's just wait a week because I'm planning on eating a lot with you guys.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry about that. Listeners on the loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So it says, sweet artwork that you got, Danny, of that Outsiders thing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Speaking of vegan milkshakes, actually, I went to Luna Park over the weekend, and we talked about him last week over in West Seattle. And DJ Rabiola.
DJ Rabiola. On the ones and twos.
The guy is the king, and Danny posted a picture so that everybody would get to see exactly how we describe this guy. He looks just like
DJ
Rabiola in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's so awesome.
Hey, yo.
Well, he does. So he paints in his free time, and he got commissioned to do an Outsiders painting. And he actually made me a print of the Outsiders, because that's my favorite books / favorite movie of all time. And he made me a print of the actual Outsiders painting that he did, and it was really cool. I got a great burger, and it's all over.
Oh, Luna Park.
Well, then he showed me that, and I went on their menu, and I'm like, man, this is a place I got to take my wife to, because I mean, they don't just have a couple of vegan options. Like, it's a whole menu of breakfast, lunch, dinner, and milkshakes that are completely plant-based.
Yes.
And really, the ambiance is insane. That's the other thing. I mean, he does up Luna Park, that diner, so well. It's such a great burger joint.
Yeah, Weisky was like, let's take a nice date. I would go play in the beach with Tatum and then eat some crazy-ass vegan food. I think that's their slogan. Yep. Luna Park, crazy-ass vegan food.
Go for it. Now, are you going to go vegan or are you going to go legit?
Oh, I'm probably going to go vegan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm interested to see what you guys think of the vegan milkshakes.
I want to try it.
Too. Yeah, just because it's that they're known for their milkshakes over there, like crazy huge milkshakes.
Yeah,
so,
the milk. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Danny, I got to get over there again.
We need to do it.
You went without me.
We should all do it. We should all go out there and hang out.
I'll go
in
there.
Seattle.
I will go there. If that is the compromise where Steve gets to go and rave about vegan anywhere, and it's Luna Park, I'm in because I know I can get non-vegan stuff there.
The cool thing is too there is the girl Val who works there too.
Is she vegan?
She's from New Mexico, so every time she talks about all the stuff, or every time we talk about green chili or Dion's pizza, she's like, "You got to tell those guys how great it all is."
Val's from New Mexico.
Yeah.
All right, I can't go to Luna Park.
Yeah, that's the only thing she doesn't work for BJ's.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Wow. Yeah, it was great. But thank you to them for the cool print of the Outsiders and awesome food.
Yeah, we really do have a lot of good restaurants around here, and I love when we get noticed by other people. I was when the Red Sox were in town. Of course, I got to hear some of the broadcasts from the Red Sox side, and one of the announcers says how much he loves to come to Seattle. He said because it's such a food town, and I'm like, wow, that's a compliment from somebody from Boston.
Especially if you're into seafood, forget about it. Like everybody goes crazy. Like I've never had fish like this. Even like when players have been drafted, like either NHL or NFL, I've seen them say like, I can't wait. There was an NFL player that got drafted to the Seahawks. I can't remember which guy, but he was like, I can't wait to have the halibut here. I hear it's good. I was like, of all things, that's random, but how cool is that?
Yeah, there's so many great restaurants who really take pride in providing you whatever they're providing you and whatever you want. I mean, and also, Steve, I give you a hard time, but when it comes to vegetarian, vegan, this is one of the best places in the country, I believe, to get it. Because when we first moved here, my wife and I were like, my God, this is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Because we had lived in other places like in the South where they're like, what the hell's a vegetarian? You know what I mean? It's like, well, we're not going to find too many restaurants that'll help us out here.
Somebody texted and said, Steve, it was great seeing you at Pal Pro Wrestling, but what's the deal? You're a bad guy, but all the kids seem to like you. LOL.
What the heck? That's because they get to misbehave and their parents will let them because you're such a jackalope.
It's funny, though. It is that way. Because I'm not going to, like, curse out a kid or like, yell at a kid. Like, I tried that once, and they looked traumatized. I'm like, I didn't curse them out. I was just, like, kind of, like, playing with them, and they looked like, what's the point? Like, the kids want to high-five me and cheer me on. I'm going to have fun with that. And also, they give me a reason to yell at the parents, be like, why are the kids the smartest people in the room cheering for me, and you guys haven't figured it out yet? So there's one parent that was like going, "You suck." I'm like, "Why'd your kid cheer me?" He's like, "You suck." I'm like, "Your kid wishes that I was his parent." To which, Mom thought that was the funniest thing in the world. Dad, I'm like, I might have went too far with that one. Yeah. Intermission comes.
It's amazing.
Kids cheer me on. Intermission comes. First person walking up to me is the dad, and I'm like,
nice.
"Oh, here we go." Yeah, what did I do? And he's like, "Duke, I get a picture?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, you see your cool?" He's like, "That was awesome. I had so much fun when you made fun of me." I'm like, "Man, only wrestling where you can get away with saying to someone that their child should be my child."
Yeah.
Other forms of entertainment, that doesn't go as well. Yeah. So that's what I love about wrestling.
It is pretty bizarre where you really, I mean, you shouldn't be liked, and yet you are.
It was like, I legit thought, oh, this is going to be an incident, because he looked like he was ready to come kill me. I think that was just, that's just his face.
Well, yeah, dude. Well, look, I mean, I can't blame you, because you just, you know what I mean? You never know when Will Smith is going to be at one of your shows.
But as soon as I said, I was like, I might have gone too far in that one. So I'm going to just keep walking and continue to match.
My son's name out your mother blanket mouth.
Your kid wishes I was his parent. Like, what am I doing? I'm a parent. That's not cool.
I think it's right. I think it was perfectly right.
He was saying mean things to me. It was only fair.
Yep.
Yeah,
of
course.
Exactly. And you know what? I mean, the kid, I think it's a great idea. You know what? I think you should continue that route.
Until somebody really gets angry.
Well, you know what? Take a risk. Throw it on out there. I mean, life is a risky thing, but you know what? Go for it. All right, we have a question that needs to be answered right now. What do Ryan Castle and a traffic light have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and a traffic light have in common?
Day or night, lit up.
Yes.
True words have never been spoken by Ryan Castle.
Okay, this is, man, people are just, people are something, man.
And also texters know Steve does not like to blow through both of them. I will stop at a traffic light. Sometimes it's a stop sign.
Wow. Last week, police in Florida noticed that someone had installed an actual electrical outlet into a traffic light pole.
Why?
It was being used as a place to charge cell phones and other devices.
How long are the lights until it changes? What kind of juice are you getting in that thing?
He was able to do this without messing with the light at all. What he did is he went and he removed the button from a crosswalk button, and used those wires to power the outlet, then mounted the outlet on the pole. So they didn't mess with the light at all, really, but he messed with the don't walk button, and the cops were like, okay, while we are in awe of the ingenuity here, we would like to send out a little reminder that damaging a traffic signal is a felony.
Now, if you would just apply that sort of ingenuity and motivation to something constructive, imagine what you could get done.
He's the epitome of someone who's too smart for his own good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But he's getting free electricity. I mean, really, yeah. Ryan Castle, he's got a free 12-pack. That is next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
See, I always said if I came across money, like if I won the lottery, I don't know if I'd buy my family members new homes, but I think I'd just pay off their mortgages.
So you're going to pay off all your friends' mortgages, but what if they don't have a house, like those of us who rent?
Oh, well,
I'll give you a year of rent.
I don't know how that's going to work from me paying for my family stuff to all of a sudden also my friends.
I thought you said friends.
Again, Steve, I
didn't hear that at all.
I thought we were all family.
I thought we were. Yeah, there you go, Vicky.
Yeah, we go to Olive Garden all the time, man.
Wow. BJ and Migs mornings on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all three of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger is back. A flavor spectacle of pretzel proportion. Featuring applewood smoked bacon and hot and juicy beef. It puts beer cheese on top of Munster cheese and a pretzel bun on top of all that. Simply put, Wendy's Pretzel Pub puts the EAT in greatness. Try one today and see for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger.
For a limited time only at participating Wendy's.